Good evening, class. This is Seth Davis here, and I'm here to give you guys a little bit of a speech on a tribute. I think everybody in our lifetime has somebody that they either look up to, learn from, that helps guide them, that gets us to where we are today. A lot of us don't just show up and are in the middle of college. So for me, not that I want it to be something cliche, but we follow in the people's footsteps that are usually around us the most. Unfortunately for me, I live here in California, and my grandparents lived up in Washington. But every time I got interaction with my grandpa, he always would leave a good impression on me. Just because I know he didn't see my day to day. Us as people, when we're with somebody day to day, we sometimes tune them out. When you say your mom, your dad, they say things over and over and over to you. A lot of times it goes in one ear and out the other. But when you get that voice that you're not with every day, but you look up to them and you know that they have the well-being of you, it really seems to sink in, and you remember those things much more obviously when they're no longer with you. And for me, my grandpa, he lived a great life. He was a Navy veteran. He married for over 50 years to my grandma. Had my mom and my uncle, and he was a hardworking mill guy, and with all of that too, he would then venture out and coach the youth, and for me, for somebody that is able to work extremely hard, and end up in just the middle class of this world, just really hits home and resonates with what I do and what I've tried to do. And I'm not necessarily on the biggest successful platform in the world and making millions of dollars, and out here scoring 7 touchdowns on a football game, or throwing a perfect game, pitching. I'm living an average life and loving it and enjoying it. And that's one of the things that he would always instill in me is love the people around you, and the people that you put yourself around. You need to be there for them, and the little tools that I would always get from him, and see is he was always a great dad to my mom, and always an amazing husband to my grandmother. Obviously I didn't see their ins and outs of what's going on in their life, but what he would always tell me is it takes two to argue. As a husband now, and a father of 3, it is something that's a great tool, and I'm starting to see and understand that and use that in guiding to be able to be a better husband and have a better marriage with my wife. It does take two, don't be that probe, and another thing is nothing's free. From his life, what he's done has really helped me kind of continue with trying to be successful of myself. Is nothing's going to get handed to you, and always be content with what you have. Always having to seek that buck. If we're living for that dollar, that's not going to be the best life that we're going to live. So yeah, you got to work hard to get ahead, but it's not always about money. And one thing that's very serious and has always been something that growing up more so has been taken with me is even a poor man has his word. You could have nothing else in this world. You could be living on the streets, but he has his word. And when you say something, you need to commit to it, and you need to value that word, and value that to your family, to your friends, and to anybody that you are around. And so with that, I'm going to be forever grateful. And I couldn't be in this position and going to college and being married and owning a home and having a stable job and being what I feel is a great mentor to the youth without him. And those things are very valuable words and lessons. And not only did he say it, that's what he lived. And by him living that, has really helped me do the same in my life. At 30 years old, and hopefully I could live and be as upstanding as he was. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I appreciate everybody's time.